Okay, a little update here. If you remember, I said earlier in the video that you cannot deep cycle a battery more than, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. With this battery that I just had, I only deep cycled it once, and it sat like that, and that was enough to kill it. So here I am at the auto parts store, and I actually had to get a new battery, and they actually warrantied it and replaced it. So you don't want your battery to go low. You're on YouTube. Okay, now a little about car batteries. This is a brand new car battery. This is what it comes. This came from Advanced, where we just came from. I'm going to explain a little bit about them. Car batteries are basically plastic boxes with cells inside them. Cells meaning dividers, and inside is the battery acid. Some car batteries need to be maintained, and if you have a battery that needs to be maintained, there'll be 2 caps at the top of the battery, and usually the caps will just pop off with a screwdriver. I can do that. I can show you how to do that. But when you, whenever you refill these batteries, sometimes batteries need to be refilled. When you refill them, you can't use tap water. You have to use distilled water. So this is our car battery, and I don't know if you can make out the numbers, but you got some numbers. Car batteries are rated at what's called CCA, cold cranking amps. This one, now obviously, a car with a bigger engine is going to require more amps to turn over, so that's going to have a higher cold cranking amps. This one is 844 cold cranking amps, and that's at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And then when it drops below 0, when I start doing my cold starts, it's not focusing. I don't know if you can see that, but it'll go to 675. In colder weather, the battery gets colder, and cold weather on batteries is really hard on them. That's when you really test a battery, when you do a cold start. So above 32 degrees, it'll have 844 cold cranking amps. Above 30 or below 32 degrees, when it's 0 degrees, at 0 degrees, it'll have 675 cold cranking amps. So let me get the new battery. Well, right now, I'm not sure if this, this is a maintained. This battery needs to be maintained. And how you do that, you just take a flathead screwdriver. I'm not going to do it on this one because this one's brand new. You could do it on an old one. But you take a flathead screwdriver like this, and you just take it and lift up these caps. Maybe I will do it because they're coming pretty easy. Just lift up the cap, and the cap will pop right up. Okay, there we go. I get it. And then this cap, and underneath is your actual battery acid. Now, in order to refill your battery acid, see, here's the cap. This battery's most likely been refurbished. Most cheaper batteries are. If you want a good battery, the 2 best batteries are Optima and Interstate. Those are really good batteries. This is more of a generic battery. There's only like 2 or 3 battery manufacturers in the United States. But anyway, if I wanted to maintain this battery, I would take distilled water. It has to be distilled water because it doesn't have any iron in it. Distilled water doesn't have any iron, so it has to be distilled water. You just fill them up, put your cap back on, take your same screwdriver that you used before, and just tap on it. And that'll reseal that cap, and you're ready to go. So I'm going to take it over to the car, and I'm going to install it now. Okay, now this is the hole where it came out of. Just make sure there's nothing in there to make sure you got a flat surface you can put your battery on. And just put it in like so. Put the terminals back on. I always put negatives on first. Just me. Of course, there's a little cap on it to protect the terminal. Those are just lead, by the way, and they do mar in very easily. I like to twist them down so they're nice and flush on that battery. I got battery acid dust in my mouth. So I got my 2 terminals tightened down. I got my new battery in place. I'm going to try to start it now. Let's see how it does now. Try number 3, as Dave would say. Okay. Starts right up. Okay. Well, happy Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas.